Okay, Patriots, in this video we are going to work more with equations of circles, but in this video we're going to talk about what if our equation is not written in standard form. What are we going to do about that? Well, we're going to do something called completing the square. So I'm going to give you a quadratic equation that's not going to look like it should look, and we're going to complete the square so it looks like I want it to look. So I'm going to give you any quadratic like this. X squared minus 16x equals 17. So that's what there's no parentheses, it doesn't quite look right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it look like this, except we're going to do it twice because there's going to be an X and there's going to be a Y, but you're going to see how to do that in class with your teacher tomorrow or the next time we meet. So this is the process what we're going to do. Well, how is that going to happen? Well, first, I want you to take our equation with the x squared and bx and a c. B is just a number in front of x and c is a constant. So I want you to write it so it's x squared plus number x, coefficient of x, equals c. The x's are on one side, put the number on the other side by adding or subtracting. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this number, the number in front of x, b, we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to square it. That's going to give us a value. We're going to add that value to both sides of our equation, and then we're going to factor this left side, but it's really easy to factor because this is always going to be b over 2. I know you're kind of saying, what? What? I know. Just keep these steps in mind as we do this. Alrighty, let's complete this square. First step is I want the x squared and the 20x on the left side, and I need all the numbers on the right side. So to do that, I am going to add 7 to both sides. And that's going to give me x squared plus 20x equals 12. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take b, the number in front of x. The number in front of x is 20. We're going to cut it in half, and we're going to square that value. Well, 20 divided by 2 is 10. 10 squared is 100. We are going to add that 100 to both sides of our equation because I can add any number I want to both sides of this equation and it will not change its value. Now we are going to factor the left side. This factors, it always becomes x plus b over 2 squared every single time. So we're going to start by opening our parentheses, writing an x, plus we want b. B is the number in front of x, 20. Take half of that. We're going to do 20 divided by 2. That's 10. And we're going to write our squared, and that equals 112. That wasn't so bad. Just trying to remember a little bit of a process. We're going to do it. Let's do it again. Okay, so we want x squared and x on one side, x squared, x, and it needs to equal a number. Well, don't get freaked out because this is a 0. 0 is a number. So we've already got it like I want it looking. So now we're going to take the number in front of x, 18. We're going to cut it in half, and we're going to square it. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 squared is 81. Let's add 81 to both sides. X squared plus 18x equals 81. Factor this left side. It's going to factor, so it says x plus b over 2 squared every time. So we're going to write our x plus b is the number in front of x. B is 18. Cut 18 in half. I am going to get 9. Boom. There we go. Let's try it up. Let's try a third one. Okay, this one has the 11 on the left side. I don't want it to have 11 on the left side. So we're going to subtract 11 and get the constant by itself. And that's going to give me x squared minus 14x equals negative 11. We're going to take b, the number in front of x, we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to square it. That's 49. It's positive 49 because negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. A negative times a negative is always a positive. B is negative, but half of b squared is always positive. Factor it. X plus just means keep the sign the same. Whatever the sign of b is, that's the sign I'm going to write here. Since this is a negative, b over 2 is going to be negative. And we're going to square that, and negative 11 plus 49 is 38. Boom. Not bad. So we're going to do this again when we see you in class tomorrow, except we're going to be doing it with two variables, one for x, one for y. We'll see that in class when we get together. So we will see you when we see you, Patriots, and hope you have a good one.